Today's 2-minute fairy tale is a classic creepy Brothers Grimm story called Godfather Death, about how death is the only really fair one, and don't mess with him. So a poor man has 12 kids he can barely afford to feed, and when he has the 13th, he needs to find a godfather for him. So he's going along the road when he meets God, and God's like, I'll be the godfather to your kid, I'll take care of him. And the guy goes, wait, who are you? And he's like, I'm God. And he's like, oh, no, then I don't want you. You give to the rich and let the poor starve. No, thank you. So he keeps on walking and he meets the devil, and then he's like, I don't want you either because you are an evil deceiver. But then he meets the personification of death, and he's like, I want you to be the godfather because you are equal. You come to everyone. So Death becomes the boy's godfather, and when the boy comes of age, Death takes him to the woods and shows him this herb and says, okay, this herb will cure anyone of anything. I'm gonna make you a famous physician by using this herb. When you get called to a sick person, if I am standing at the head of the person, you can say with confidence, you can cure them. But if I'm standing at the foot of the person, you are not allowed to cure them. They're mine, it's their time to die. And apparently no one will see him except our dude. So our dude becomes a famous wealthy physician. One day he's called to a king and Death's standing at his foot, but the son thinks, I'm gonna deceive Death once. I'm his godson, he'll let it slide. So he turns the man around so that Death is at the head, then uses the herb and cures him. Death is not happy and he says, don't ever mess with me again. But then the king's daughter gets sick and our dude can tell she's doomed to die, but the king says, if you cure her, I'll let you marry her. So he deceives Death again, switching the bet around, cures her. So Death strides up to our dude, says, now it's your turn, grabs him with an ice cold fist and drags him into the underworld, which is filled with candles. Some candles are tall, some are almost burnt out, and Death is like, this is everyone's life. Some people have a long time to live before it burns out, some people don't. So he's like, hey, show me mine, thinking it'll be long. But Death shows it to him and is about to go out. So the physician begs, oh my god, light a new one for me, let me live so I can go back and marry the princess. Death just wants revenge, so he messes with him and starts to pretend to relight it, but then knocks it to the floor and knocks it out, and the physician falls down dead. He too was now in the hands of Death, because you don't mess with him. Check out my book Dust Spells, which is another creepy, cool fairy tale reimagining, and my podcast. All the links are in the bio.